Hello, welcome to PS332 Psychology of Learning. I hope everybody is doing well and has stayed safe over the summer and continues to stay safe through the semester. It's certainly been an interesting past year. So hopefully we have some brighter days ahead. This class is fully online, which means there will be no in-person lecturing. And it is by and large a self-paced course, meaning there are assignments and you will read through the assignments, you will review lecture notes, and you'll be completing quizzes. But I will not necessarily be lecturing, so there will be no recorded lectures in this class, but there may be some recorded updates and so forth. So you will hear from me again, and I'll be in close contact. So with that, the course is presented in Blackboard, and you could see this is my Blackboard home screen here. Yours may look similar or a little bit different. You find the course listed PS332, and when you go into the course, it'll look something like this. Again, this is my view. Let's go into the student view. So you will see something like this, and I will have a section here with course introduction and resources. This video is in this section. The course syllabus is here, and then all of your lessons and lectures will be here. So with that, let's talk about the course outline or the syllabus. So I'm not going to read through the entire syllabus, but I'll highlight some things that you should focus on, or at least be aware of. So first and foremost, download and review the course syllabus. Okay, so as mentioned, PS332, my name is Dr. Wilson. I've been at GCU for the past 10 years, and this course is fully online. So if you need to contact me, email is the best way. And from there, we could set up an appointment if needed. I do maintain office hours. They are in the evening, since this is predominantly sort of an online or / evening oriented course. The textbook you will be using is by Mazer, published in 2013, Learning and Behavior in the 8th edition. It looks something like this here. You can see the cover. Okay, so all of the content for the course will be found on Blackboard. And the primary goal is just to orient each of you with learning theory or the psychology of learning. And the psychology of learning is an interesting area within psychology. It really had given way to what we now know as applied behavior analysis. But nevertheless, psychology of learning is relevant to any area of psychology that you study. So you'll certainly read and review content associated with how people or how organisms learn. And obviously that is critically important that we understand that. Here are the goals for the course here. Some general course instructor policies. As mentioned, it's an online course. Everything will be posted online. I'll highlight some of these things in the Blackboard course shell. But basically, you will read the assigned chapters from the textbook. You'll review the posted lecture notes. Again, they do not contain voiceovers. They are not recorded lectures. They are simply there for you to read and study from. And then you'll complete a weekly quiz that's associated with the chapter you reviewed. You will have 15 minutes or so to complete the quiz, unless you have accommodations and you'll have a longer time period. And you will have up to 3 attempts for each quiz. And I'll score the highest quiz. So if, for example, you score a 10 out of 10, there are 10 questions in each quiz, then you don't have to complete the additional 2 quizzes. If you don't score well on the first or even second quiz, you could have an attempt at the third quiz. And as mentioned, I'll take your highest score. My goal here is really to ensure you walk away from this course understanding some of the critical concepts and principles. There are a lot of, there is a lot of terminology in this course. So if you haven't had any experience with learning theory, you will come to learn, no pun intended, that that there are a lot of different terms that you will encounter in this course. So studying the terminology is important. So I want you to walk away with at least an understanding of some of the basic concepts. There are exams, there are 3 exams, and they're going to be multiple choice, fill in the blank, and some short answer. The quizzes do grade automatically. That said, there are a couple questions perhaps within each quiz that I do have to go in and grade manually. So I want you to pay close attention here that the score, and this is particularly relevant for the exams, that I grade 100% manually. So when you complete the exam and or quiz, you may see a score and you may be shocked by your score. But I have to go in and grade manually. I do not take off points if you spell something incorrectly, but Blackboard will grade a question incorrectly if you spell the answer wrong or if it's formatted incorrectly. So I go in and correct for that. You don't have to worry about that. I will certainly go in and manually look at each of the quizzes and each of the exams. Okay? There is an article summary that you'll write probably midway through the semester. I grade according to a point system. So each quiz is worth 10 points. There are 12 of them, so a total of 120 points. There are 3 exams, each worth 50 points, and then the article summary. Okay, so at any point in the semester, you kind of figure out your grade by determining how many points were available up to a certain date, and then how many points you earned. Okay. And I typically provide an update on grades after each exam. So keep that in mind. These are just general university policies. Let's get to the course schedule. So this is a course schedule. We're starting on Monday, 8/23, and the course will basically run a Monday through Sunday schedule. However, it is online. What that means is it's asynchronous. You can complete this work anytime during the week. So the material for week 1 will post on 8/23, excuse me, and you will have until the following week to complete it. It has to be completed, in this case, by 8/29, right? The Sunday before the new week. Okay, I'm going to jump back here in the course outline just to highlight that. Okay, all quizzes and exams are due by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Okay, anything after that will not be accepted. Then you'll move into week 2. Same sequence, week 3. We do have some holidays in there. So if a holiday falls on a Monday, I gave you that week off essentially. So I think Labor Day falls on a Monday. You kind of have that week off. But again, the content still runs a Monday to Sunday schedule. Okay. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Let me go back to Blackboard and highlight a couple other things. So again, this schedule and the syllabus mirrors what I have in the Blackboard tab for lessons and units, right? So week 1 right here, 8/23 to 8/29, chapter 1, okay? So you read this chapter, you come into Blackboard, and you could download these notes, and then you'll complete a quiz. Again, you have 3 opportunities to complete the quiz. Let's download a set of notes. Okay, so you could open these up. You have the full PowerPoint. Again, there's no recording on it, so it shouldn't be a large file. And these notes should help you organize your studying and give you sort of a guidelines for your readings. So if I were you, I'd probably download these, maybe print them out in note form. You could do that simply by, if this is on a Mac, but simply by printing selected slides, and you could change it to handouts. Okay. I usually do 3 slides per handout, and that allows you to make notes in the margin. But again, you could simply keep them online if you wish. Okay, so all the key terms are highlighted in red, right? And definitions are usually associated with those red terms. Okay, sometimes there's diagrams. So just take time to read the textbook, and then your notes will make, or these notes will make a lot of sense. Okay. Let's see. The quizzes are pretty straightforward. Let's see, I'll open one. I'm not going to go and complete it, but if you had an online course, they probably mirror those. So it gives you an idea of some of the instructions. You begin, and then the questions are down here, right? So these are fill in the blank. The blank variable is manipulated by the experimenter while measuring the effects of the changes on the blank variable. So I'll give you this one. The independent variable is manipulated by the experimenter, and they measure the effects or changes to the dependent variable. Okay, so I would type that in, right? Something like that. Okay, so those are the quizzes, and then you want to save the answer and then move on to the next question. Okay, again, I'm not going to complete these. I think that is it. The grades, I actually have in the resources a little video on how you view your grades. If you have any questions of what answer you were incorrect on, or how your grade was calculated, you could go into view grade and quizzes and exams and figure that out. Okay, so I have a video on how to do that. That, I think, is it. Let me go into the summary. So about midway through the semester, particularly after this chapter on basic principles of operant conditioning, you are going to complete an article summary. All the information is right here. The article is here. Okay, so you could download that. It's a typical journal article. There is, let me close this out. There is some more information on the article summary, basically all this information here, the grading rubric, and I have a video overview. So you can watch this and it'll kind of give you a better explanation of the article, but you still have to read the article in order to summarize it appropriately. And I have an example summary, one that you could look at to understand specifically what I'm looking for in a summary. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of detail, but you want to get the high points that are required here. So the purpose, dependent variables, there's something called a functional analysis in the article. So you'll write about that, and treatment, and then of course how it relates to some content in the class. Okay, that is that. I think that's basically all I have. Now, again, I'm not going to leave you out there to do your own thing. I will check in weekly. Basically, if I have to grade quizzes, they will be graded either the following Monday or Tuesday when all the quizzes are submitted, and I'll provide an update. Everybody did well, or if you didn't do well, I will reach out to you. So I will be checking in via email probably about weekly, just to ensure everybody's kind of up to speed and working on the right thing and seeing if anybody has questions. So the course is sort of self-paced. It's you have to pick a day to work on this stuff during the week. My recommendation is don't wait till Sunday. But that said, some students choose to do that. You have flexibility. If you want to do the work at 2 a.m. on Tuesday, by all means, you can certainly do that. So I think you'll find the course fairly easily managed, but there is a lot of terminology, as I mentioned, and some of the concepts later on will become a little more difficult to understand. So you'll certainly be relying on your notes for that. And as mentioned, if a handful of you start reaching out for clarification on material, I'll jump in with a video lecture. We will not meet remotely via video, but I will certainly record something to review the lecture if folks really think they need that. Okay, with that, have a great semester. Please use precautions, take care of yourself, take care of your family. If you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Okay? Good luck and have a great semester.